Hey there everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 8th. The time right now is approximately 3:34 p.m. and the temperature is a very breezy -1 degree Celsius, feeling more like -12 with the wind chill. And honestly, when it comes to Canadian Southern Ontario weather, it's always going to be bipolar. So I don't know. I'm dealing with it for now. But I'm currently at the intersection of Wellesley and Church, walking my way towards the lakeshore. So walk with me. Yeah, I used to live not too far from here. I've mentioned before in a previous video on a street called Homewood. And there's lots of places around here, hospitality-wise, where you can get a great bite to eat. Of course, there's Pizza and Pizza Nova, two great Canadian franchises. So it's good to see Second Cups are still around. I've always been a supporter of them. But for every Second Cup, of course, you also see a Starbucks. So you have competition for leading coffee chains, just like you have competition for the Stag Shop and the Love Shop. And they ain't even trying to hide it. And Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. You don't see many of them much anymore either, so I always like spotting little gems like that, so get excited. Craig's Cookies, never been there, but I've definitely heard about them many times. And you know, pretty much what you would expect to see in a Stag Shop or a Love Shop. Been to this restaurant
following lots of rules.
Probably 6 years ago. During the summer, I believe I sat right there. Got a Birkin pub. Call me slow, and I probably am, but I'm not sure what Birkin means. So we'll have to look up eventually. But you can see a lot of cool murals here and there. Obviously, the example of this house across the street. And I'm going near, well, pretty much where the Loblaws is. Where the former Maple Leaf Gardens used to be, not Square. Made that mistake before. And I was actually going to go in there in a previous video, but I don't know. Probably save that for another future one. The men's room. I got a third one here. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh boys. Third Place Pizza Studio. I don't think I've heard of them. And I'm just like a person that it seems kind of maybe subconsciously looks out for all pizza places. This one, I don't think it's even open. Express Pizza. Fast free delivery. And you got a cool, I guess, half underground convenience store. It's pretty unique. Oh, it is chilly. Winter has returned. I'm just gonna cross. Approaching Carlton. And yeah, there's no proper bike lanes here, so you kind of just have to hope for the best. But still, it's good to not see them on the sidewalk, because, you know, I've said that before in many videos, it's hazardous to... And there we go. Example of what not to do, folks. But like I said, there aren't bike lanes, so he wasn't even slowing down. An interesting looking scooter there. It's like a, okay, I don't want to cross right now, but look at the wheels on that. That's a beast. Yeah, I'm not sure if anyone that has an iPhone has had this issue before, but I noticed that apparently, even though I delete videos and I delete apps, it gets caught in the syncing to iCloud, and I would honestly go from like having 800 videos and pictures all together pretty much down to 200, and I'm still at pretty much the full capacity of 128 gigs in storage. So I went to Apple yesterday and didn't really have time to kind of figure that out because I had to have an appointment and stuff like that, but I just gave them my email, and if anyone knows about that, this whole iCloud stuff, because it's definitely the culprit of that, it would help out. I'm at 120 gigs right now, so some got cleared, but yeah, when you're completely full of storage, it messes with everything. You can't even receive like calls, and you know, apps will just shut down on you, and it's pretty problematic. Ooh, that old north wind. And I think we have like the 5th pizza place I've seen now, Pie Cope. Another place I've not been to, but they look very expensive, kind of like Boston Pizza. I should make my own channel just talking about pizza, because I could honestly go on and on. Yeah, Boston Pizza is like really expensive. Like for an extra large pizza, it's like $35 or something like that, maybe even more, depending on what you get. So I can't say I've ever been there. Fire truck stopping for some reason. Hope it's nothing too serious. Well, there's no lack of sirens around here at all. Not so much in this area. When you get closer towards my area, Sherborne, it's all you hear. I must have heard about 1,000 of them yesterday. Here we are, outside the former Maple Leaf Gardens, and they have a inside, for people that don't know, it's all the seats that they used to have, and they kind of sort of like made a maple leaf with it, which is really cool and unique. So oh wow, yeah, it's only like almost mid-April. But wow, it's hard to believe that a week ago or so we had a high of like 19 degrees and I was wearing shorts. Now it's back to this. It's just, when it comes to this weather, is one thing you do know is that you certainly don't know. This is an old Scottish pub, Scottish or Irish, but they're obviously haven't been in operation for a long time. But I remember passing by this, but I'm not sure what they're going to do with this property. Alright, I got to stand. I knew that was coming. Let this one warm up a little bit.
Fucking camel.
Yep. Right on rep. Looking for participants for a research study exploring people's experiences. Well, I don't know what that means, so call me stupid, sure. Shawarma place. I do love me some Osmos now and then. It's been a while since I've had them, actually. Maximum heat, chicken on the sticks. That is my go-to. Fusion. I wonder what kind of cuisine this is. Seems, oh, okay, there we go. Vietnamese. Getting getting sort of Eiffel Tower-ish vibes from that satellite tower there. FedEx Express electric vehicle. You don't see many of those. Not yet, anyways. Robin Place, A&W. I've seen more of the veggie and vegan options pop up too. You get a teen combo for $9.99. That's not too bad, I guess. Ooh. Yeah, definitely Eiffel Tower-ish. And the sixth pizza place, Pizza Maru. Yeah, they said something about, I've seen this before, green tea in their dough, in their pizza dough. Okay, like, don't knock it till you try it, I guess, but I can't say I've ever eaten a pizza and thought to myself, you know, what this is missing is some green tea extract. You know, so who knows? Someone's been pretty stoned with that idea, but Miss Harvey's, another Canadian franchise, makes your hamburger a beautiful thing, and I want to see my favorite over McDonald's, A&W, Wendy's. I would probably choose them. It's barbecue style burgers. And you can choose your own toppings as well, which no other mainstream franchise really does. Besides the infamous Licks, but R.I.P. Licks, we'll miss you. Approaching Gold Street. And we got some dickhead on the road, revving his engine. Come on, I'm cool. Yeah, this is probably a more appropriate area to film. When I was live streaming yesterday, it's pretty ironic. I was saying I was in a very sketchy area, which I was, and then almost right on cue, someone's like telling me to stop recording, and I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna keep recording. And they like threw a water bottle at me with the worst aim ever. Didn't come anywhere close to me, but it was definitely in my direction. Oh boys, but that happens. Stay safe out there, folks. Some wackos pretty much can come up at any time. See another condo being erected here. No lack of those. Anywhere in the financial district and surrounding areas. Brrr. Oh wow, I really feel that minus 12 wind chill factor, that's for sure. So yeah, without bike lanes, let alone protected bike lanes, I can understand the anxiety for some people on the road, but it's kind of a controversial thing. When I used to cycle, I would always be on the road. I'd make some exceptions if I had to like cross the street, but yeah, when I used to cycle in Scarborough, you notice how it's all flat land here, but Scarborough is like the land of the valleys and the hills. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And I just didn't have the stamina for it anymore. It's always nice going downhill and you have to like struggle and have to get off my bike, dismount, and kind of like walk it up again. Not a good place to cycle, Scarborough. Would not recommend it. Okay, pushing Dundas, getting closer to front. Which is pretty much where I'll end this. I don't know why it's a thumb every single time. Once the weather gets somewhat normal, I won't have this issue. And I know, wear gloves, right? But honestly, I just don't like it. It's like I have no grasp for anything. I can't really use my phone. I find they create more problems than they kind of fix. And I've never rented one of these. I guess you pay with a credit card, or I don't know. What do I know? Well, it's a nice option, I guess, if you don't want to actually buy a bike and have nowhere to place it. I probably, even with the safest lock, would not trust my bike to be anywhere outside or on my balcony. Porch, you know, people will come in and look through your garbage to find empties, right? There's nothing they will not steal. Alrighty. Krispy Kreme donuts here. Some drill saw, whatever that is. Blinded by the sun here, but there's another cool mural dedicated to nurses. First responders. Let's take a peek inside Krispy Kreme here. Let's see what they got. Who's that dumbass YouTuber? Well, looks pretty damn delicious. For a while, since I've done, but you know, I will return. That windshield was just too much for me. I had to get out of there. All right. Oh my God. Hot burger. Yeah, they're vegan. I went to a location. I think that was on Bathurst and College. There was another one there. And what do you know? More pizza. I am all for it. Pepperoni, meat lovers, cheese. Ooh, Hawaiian. Ugh. I don't judge, but I kind of judge. It's okay. I've heard of people actually putting strawberries on pizza, so you know, I guess there's no boundaries. This Korean place smells really good. It's making me hungry. But it seems to be a mixture of things, just Jamaican jerk, just Mediterranean altogether. Today is Tuesday, so I guess the special would be the medium Euro wrap. Okay, there's that sun I was waiting for. The wind got really aggressive there. In fact, on my way towards this area, my hat was almost flying off multiple times. I had to like take it off, so hopefully that won't happen again, at least not in this recording. So yeah, speaking of cops, yesterday I saw, well, I recorded it, I'll probably upload it later into a short, but it was a guy getting tackled to the ground by two cops and then many more to instantly follow. So I was kind of recording it just to make sure there was no brutality, because the guy was kind of like on the ground pleading. I have no idea why they're arresting him. Could be for a very legit reason, so I'm not sure when I'll post that. It's pretty controversial and it's could trigger some people, so I don't want to have that on my channel yet, so I'll decide if I want to post that later. But even then, like later on towards the day, I saw another person who was on a bicycle right before I did my live stream. And for some reason, like, he was cycling on the sidewalk, which is like a bylaw. I guess it can fine you $100 for it or something like that. But the cop instantly turned on his siren, almost hit me as he was going onto the sidewalk. And then they drove around like this other driveway towards this building. And yeah, I recorded that too. Because I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on here? But I don't know. I might upload it, I might not. And there's another really cool mural. Really well designed. Great art to it. Not sure what any of it really means. It's like if you're on a nice acid trip, I'm sure it would be 10 times more beautiful. But guy almost hit me there. Calm down, buddy. But at least he's going in the bike lane. And another A&W. I've seen more of them pop up, actually. This used to be a Now magazine. My stepmom actually used to work there. She worked there for over 20 years. Now she works at the Toronto Star. Approaching Queen. I wonder what this guy's transporting. Hi, I'm just wondering, what do you have in there? I'm just wondering, what do you have in there? Packages. Oh, packages. Okay. Kind of like a, I don't know, an Uber delivery thing. Pretty cool. Whoa. This area is going to the pigeons. Got a Hasty Market. Criminal lawyer's office for you non-law abiding citizens. And a really cool Stratocaster. Look at that. Cherry red. That's pretty sexy. I like that. Mandolin. And go to church. It is Church Street after all. This would be the pawn shop district here. This one has been long gone. To do with this property. Wow, used to be pretty huge apparently back in the day. McTamney's? Ooh. Get your shrooms. Staircase here that leads to, I guess, people that need to work overhead in construction. That would kind of make sense. Okay, McDonald's has been here forever. It will probably outlive us all. Hit the button here. Maple bacon and egg muffin. Well, maple is very Canadian, and I'm all for it. All right. Well, here comes that dreaded wind chill again. I might just take my hat off. Actually, I don't feel like losing it and chasing it down the road right now. Not at this current point in time. It's a 24-hour McDonald's, I guess. So I guess maybe after 11 p.m. you can pick up your order from that window. And I think it just turned 4 o'clock. Okay, I'll put it back on. Diddy Lane. Uh-oh, Diddy. Oh, no, 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 no. Stay away. And another pawn shop. Looks like that was a Gretsch. That's a Washburn. That's another infamous guitar brand. Guild. Cool. I think you'll see more pawn shops on Church than any other main street in Toronto, I think. All right. Nice clean look down Richmond. I love that. First cannabis sector that I've seen so far. Well, at least I've noticed. In most areas, you can literally be blindfolded, throw a rock at a random direction, and you'll hit a cannabis sector. So many of them now. Okay, so is this Gilda Radnor Way or is it Lombard Street? I don't know. Maybe it's both. Okay, going to Adelaide, and then it's King, and then it's Front. Said I was going to go to the lake. Let me decide. And I have a stone in my shoe, which is always very annoying, but I'll put up with that for now. Japanese barbecue dining. We have an abandoned wheelchair, motorized one. Pretty unusual. Alright, look down Adelaide. You can see very nice wide protected bike lanes here. Not along Church. Community safety team. Okay. Not sure what they do, but I feel safer already. Alright. St. James Cathedral Center. And this has to be probably the most impressive church. Obviously the tallest and the biggest. It's massive. Look at this. It's like a castle. It's like something you would see in a video game. How cool is this? I wonder what year it was built. Probably took multiple years. Year of completion, I guess. So I get the name of this. Well, I guess St. James Cathedral. I guess that would make sense. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to get every view of this, and there's like a little statue almost of it, which is really cool as well. Look at that. Let me see. Yes, please have your dog on a leash and pick up their poop. Calling you dog owners out. All right. And I'm pretty sure, no, that clock is not accurate. It's pretty much saying it's 10 to 12, so. But I do remember hearing the bell ring. I think it was 3 or 4 o'clock, one of my previous videos, so it has some time indication. All right, I'm gonna try to make this light. I know, breaking all traffic laws today, aren't I? Right in front of a cop, too. Uh-oh, you didn't see that.
Yeah, that's how he acts. Like, he knows more than me. He knows more than Dennis.
Okay, and another Pico pizza bar. So pizza parlors anymore, they're just pizza bars. I don't know the difference, but. And approaching front, Wellington then front. And we have something being protected here. You see a lot of that with old historic buildings. They try to preserve a good amount of it, especially along Yonge Street. There's an infamous location where they just have pretty much the front of an old building, and I don't know what they're planning to do with it, transport it to somewhere, but and we can see sort of a creeping view of the Sky Tower, but not really. The second I noticed it, now it's like covered. I can get a bit of a better look here. Bear with me. Yeah, kind of just there. I'm not sure how many floors it's at now. But yes, it will be over 100 upon completion. Market, well, the old one. Haven't been to the new one yet. Button here. And look down Wellington. Trying to get a view without getting hit by a car. In fact, should I just? Yeah, why not? Okay. And you can see the CN Tower peeking out right behind the TD building. So, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go past front here. Oh geez. I don't know why it's always my thumb that gets coldest. I have no idea. You'd think it would be like some sort of index finger, but you know. We had what used to be a coffee, sandwich, and muffin sort of cafe. Don't know what's going on with that now, but all right, now approaching the Esplanade, and there's a hidden little no frills. Very unusual location for a no frills. Actually, it's like the bottom of a condo, and we see the Sky Tower creeping up again. And we see a crane sort of rotating on top of that. TILF. I can think of another acronym word that kind of rhymes with that. All right. And this is the other end of St. Lawrence Market. So, looks like I'm walking to a dead end, aren't I? But you know what? I'm still gonna go a little bit further, try to loop around. As we get to the tail end of Church. Conger Coal Lane. Okay, I was recently in this area, so I think I know where I'm going now. Cross over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story parking lot. Not much to see here, is there? Cardboard boxes and cars. Tesla, yeah. They're getting a bad rap right now, aren't they? See the back here. Obviously residential. Kind of cool, actually. I don't really have much of a view. You go out and you see a parking lot, can't really see any skyline or anything like that, but you could have a nice barbecue up there or something. Whew. Holy shit, it's cold. It's a weird, annoying sound that I'm just trying to get away from. Alrighty, so yeah. I think I'm pretty much cooked at the end of this. Sorry, false alarm, I did not make it to the lake. But at least you have a nice view of the Gardner Expressway here. And I'm just gonna go through this last tunnel before ending this, I think. That is one warped bicycle wheel. Whew. Nothing like seeing tinfoil on something that just should be completely removed and replaced. And we've got more rental bikes here too. So, already almost a 40-minute stretch, so I think that's a perfect time to cut this off. So, on that note, thank you for watching. My name is Kyle Walker. Please always remember to like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell for all videos or personal ads, whichever you prefer. I'm always grateful, and I will see you in the next one. Walker, out.